All right, so I'll just ask you a couple of questions here. Feel free to answer them same as you had when you were doing the video tour. For the first thing, from what I understand, this place is relatively new. When did you start business?
August of last year,
August.
2022. Yeah, so pretty much just about a year or 3 months. Yeah, about a year and 3 months ago. So.
All right.
But the Holloway experience is a lot older because of the photo booth. So we were really originally around back in 2019 when we started.
Can you talk about that, what you did before it became, a gaming experience?
Yeah. So we're all about events and we're all about experience. So that's why the name is Experience. So before, our experience would be the photo booth, where we'd customize it and have it interactive with people, and then we'd leave them, of course, a photo booth or a photo as a keepsake. So we've always been about making people happy and smiling. When COVID hit, events went down. So we're like, how can we still utilize this investment we have and actually grow from it? And so that's where the Holloway Experience, gaming and having an experience with family and friends and stuff like that came into play. And that's why we have this today.
All right.
So that's why we don't call it really arcade or gaming, because we like it to be more of experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Just to ask again for posterity, what exactly does one or can one do here at the Holloway Experience?
Yeah, so pretty much, like I said, we kind of split it up as both. The biggest thing is to come in as far as and have experience and memories with your family. But directly, so the part of it is the first $10 where you can pay $10, you come in and you get the floor game and you get access to the lounge. And this is our air hockey tables. We have 4 of them. You can play pool, any of our arcade games, our 3 game tables.
Chess.
Then we got foosball, chess, and some even dominoes, spades, and Uno. So all of that stuff is available for $10 per person, no time limit, and they can come in here and enjoy the lounge. And also that opens our cafe area to where they can also order pizza or anything from the concession stand. Then our second piece is an addition of $10, and that's our extreme gaming. And that's when we offer our PlayStation, our Xbox, our Nintendo Switch, and our VR. And that gives each person an additional hour, $10 per hour, and they can do any of that. And they can do a single chair, you can play with a buddy, or we even got where like Fortnite and different games like that where they can join up on servers. As far as our VR, we got 10 headsets where all 10 kids can come in and they can all play same games. Or adults, multiplayer games, and different things like that. So that's pretty much what we have.
And so, I noticed your site mentioned that you do corporate events and adult parties. So, is the split between that? Do you normally get a lot more younger folks coming in?
Our target market, or what we're seeing that our key market is, it's moms of middle school age. So we're looking at our actual market that we target is 35 to 44-year-old women. So it's birthday parties that you're going to see is going to be what this place is for. We didn't expect that. We thought it would be more of a club feel, like a 18 and under type thing, but it ended up being a birthday party is a birthday party dream. And so that's where we're seeing it.
All right. So, what inspired you specifically to switch from the events that you were doing before, like weddings and stuff like that, to arcade and a club birthday party experience like what we see here right now? Like, specifically, how'd you think, bring some arcade machines in here, get some PlayStation, some Switches? What was that transition like?
I think for me, obviously Target. So we do experience life as far as traveling. And where we go to different places that have experiences. And what we notice when we go to certain places, we don't really have it here. And when we go, we like to enjoy ourselves to where we're not bored, and you can dance and you can move around and do different things and watch stuff. So we wanted to kind of develop a place where you're not bored. So you can come here for 2 and 3 hours and you can do everything. You can play games, you can eat, you can talk, you can socialize, you can listen to music.
And it has the vibe we like.
And it has the vibe we like, where we enjoy ourselves. So that was kind of one of the initial things. Let's get a place where we would enjoy ourselves and bring our own kids to where we can enjoy. So that's pretty
and
much
we have a family of 8. Okay, we have 8 children. Okay, and now we have grandchildren on top of that. So taking them anywhere costs an arm and a leg. And then it's like we don't want to have fun because as much as it costs to have, So we wanted to also provide something for bigger families or for families to have fun without worrying about the money.
So let's circle back on that. You said 8 children, not 8 family, 8 children.
8 children, yes.
Reminded me of my dad's family. He had 7 brothers, including him, and 1 sister.
Yeah,
So,
see, yes.
yeah,
yes.
so I get that.
Yeah.
So what would you say are your busiest days of the week, or some of the busiest or most interesting days you had since, opening?
Yeah, busiest days, obviously the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Saturday is probably our busiest day. That where we have birthday parties scheduled up all day, and we also have walk-ins. A lot of people come in on Saturday. It's just times where
And rainy days now we're noticing.
and even rainy days.
Yeah.
A lot of them come in here. We have even some birthday parties that's not booked. Maybe they was going to do something outside. It rained. Now they coming in inside. So it's like a group of 8 boys or so, or girls that come in if they want to play. So
But now we're seeing it overflowing to the weekdays.
yes.
So we're starting to see that word of mouth hitting it to where people can't get in on the weekends for parties and stuff. So now we're starting to have Tuesday night parties. That's different,
Yep. So busiest day definitely the weekends. Saturday probably our busiest day. As far as crazy, I mean it's nothing really crazy. We kind of got the system in order to where we can kind of manage it. Most of our employees are our kids. They work with us, and they got it down packed to where everything is pretty much step by step in the process to where everything is pretty smooth. We got it to run pretty smooth now,
Yeah.
regardless of how many people we got.
Yeah.
So those arcade machines that you got over there, how'd you manage to get those?
They're actually residential. They're not business. So they came from our house. So there were about 3 of them. Otherwise, we just go to Best Buy, the stores around, and get them. Because again, this is a neighborhood feel-good store. We're not trying to be a Dave & Buster's. We're just trying to give the kids a safe place and something fun to do away from home. So a lot of our stuff you're going to see is not commercial. It's stuff that you can, get. And then so we just go and replace it if it breaks or whatnot. But yeah, they're pretty easy to acquire online, internet.
And it's the part of the simplicity to make stuff simple for little kids that they can play.
Yeah.
They may not be into gaming as far as computers and different things like that, but here everything is simple. All the arcade games, you don't have to be a scientist to figure it out. It's simple stuff. So that's what we try to do here, so everybody can enjoy it.
So we got any classic gaming fans in the family? You said it was residential. A lot of them came from homes.
Galaga was mine, but it died.
I mean, it's just
And Pong over there.
And Pong.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, that Pong one that definitely stood out to me. That was the one I came in. I was like, how'd you get that one? But you said you could just find those
You go
online.
online, through the same brand. What is it? Arcade One
Arcade
or
One,
something.
yeah.
So they try to bring. They're the ones who actually brought the nostalgia back with these.
And it's pretty much old school. It's me, Mortal Kombat. I'm a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter,
Right.
Blitz, NFL, basketball, double dribble. I mean, all those old school.
And I'm a Pac-Man. I like, because anything with a lot of buttons, I'm okay on. Just keep
Sounds
it
like
simple.
classic gaming and competitive games.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So how much does maintaining something like this cost necessarily? Like I know that as somebody who owns a couple systems myself, I know that just having one PlayStation 5 is a little bit of a pretty penny. So how much would you say it take? You don't have to get into the nitty gritty, but like maintaining or like acquiring this stuff, how much would you say?
Well, being parents of 8 children, we know how to finagle and get certain things cheaper. But yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, the initial investment was the biggest investment.
Right.
After that, it's just kind of keeping stuff up. You kind of deal with some of the controllers.
The VRs are the biggest expense.
Yeah, and just kind of got to watch it. But I mean, at the beginning, it was a large expense. I mean, we say. Now it's just the upkeep. Now it's just making sure we clean the controllers to where they don't.
But I don't even think it was
drifting
as
and
much
things
as
like
like acquiring a franchise. I think we were still under what it would be to have a franchise of another arcade thing.
that. Just start it, we probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the maintenance front, I know that it's definitely a known issue. With those Switch controllers, they might drift, they might malfunction. How do you say that poses an issue often, or do they tend to be? Do they tend to stay pretty stable, pretty together, and what is it like?
It's good for a year. I think they're good for a year.
It depends. Yeah. It probably depends on which one get utilized the most. which one is kind of the favorite of going in there, because those are the ones that we may have to deal with. Also, us maintaining to where we kind of don't, because sometimes they drop, and when they drop something like that, then it
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
being attentive.
Yeah, there's us being attentive to try to manage it. It's kids, we understand that, so we just kind of got to manage it. And the better we are at it, the longer they last. Pretty much like that. For the most part, as far as the drifting, we did have a couple controllers here and now, but as long as we keep them clean and we kind of keep them maintained, like I said, and we kind of do that maintenance and watching, we're all right. It's not that bad. We
Y'all do that yourselves, I mean?
We clean
do everything,
we
yeah.
clean them, we
Everything
wipe
is-
them, we kind of go through them and test them, stuff like that. Yeah, we do it ourselves.
So what is the most popular thing in here, would you say?
Um,
Anything that, people come in, tend to have an attachment to, like what do people use most?
Most popular now is VR. So a lot of people want to do the VR, whether they go in there and try a few
But
games.
it's
and
not what
kinda
keeps
go
them.
out, but they just try
Yeah.
it. And then from there, they move around. As far as the age, maybe between 8 to 10, they love Fortnite.
Everybody's made this
They
VR
love
like this.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Made this VR like this eluded. Like it's like oh my gosh, it's elusive. I gotta get to VR, because a lot of places you go, it's really expensive to do. And so once they get in here and they try it out, they're like, yeah, I kind of like it. There's one, a couple kids who will stay on there, but others like, no, I want to see everything else. So where they thought that, this may be the thing that attracts them, they actually might stick. We've seen some kids pay to do this, but they want to stick with the pool or the air hockey, and it's like, okay. But it's the VR that brings them in and makes people the most emotional, I would say, if they don't get in, or if they feel like they're not going to be able to get in because all 10 are taken. But other than that, I think that's probably.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix. I think they love to get in there and you're able to do a lot. So like I said, you can go in there and start on it. Even in our extreme gaming, when you pay the $10, you actually can do that VR for 20 minutes. Then you can go do a Switch and an Xbox and a PlayStation. So they get to kind of move around. So it kind of, between the consoles and the VR, they break up. And then, like she said, it's a lot of them that love to play this air hockey and pool.
The moms are more emotional about the VR than the kids are. So.
And that honestly, makes sense. I think that's kind of smart. You got that set up because, that rings true. The VR is the new shiny thing, and it's like, of course, people are going to try that. But from what I hear, from both my own experiences and from folks that I talk to and know have those systems, it's like, that's cool. That's like the hot new thing to have. But then it's like you also got a lot of older stuff, and it's like it's like the VR is more new. Everything else is more novel. And it's like, it has a lot more sticking power. So, it makes sense that, people are gravitating to that. So the last question that I got for you is, do you have any plans of expanding, getting another building, or even if it gets to there, maybe moving outside of Omaha with Holloway experience? What do you think?
So for me, man, I'll let her speak. For me, yes, I think it's always something to get bigger, just because we like to reach more people. I mean, our thing at our heart is to touch people, is to see people smile. Parents walk out there, they have conversations with us, and then they're like, oh my God, we had a great time. The kids be like, I wish I could live here. So certain things of us touching people, having people happy, and that's pretty much what touch our heart.
That's what makes us grow.
So us to be able to reach out and touch a different area, a different neighborhood, a different state, to be able to put a safe environment, because a lot of parents are like, man, it's safe. I feel comfortable leaving my 12-year-old here, going out to get something to eat, going to have a date, and then come back because it feels safe, it feels homely. So 100%, yes, we do want to open up. We are building our brand. We do want it comfortable because we don't want to move and then we drop something. So that's the only reason why we want to build it up to where we know wherever we go, we got it. We got the brand. We got everything where we want it to, and they're not losing anything. So that's how I see it. So yes, we just want to get there.
I have a lot of expansion ideas, a lot of them, especially one right now that I know is a multi-million-dollar one, but the problem is our bandwidth, okay? Because right now this stretched us very thin. We're at a point now where we can leave and have our workers work and stuff like that. We can actually go out of town. But, as far as being the first to market with some of these ideas is what's challenging, then also knowing, can we handle it? What more can we take? Because I really wanted to do this one idea. I'm not going to say it because it's still that $1 million idea. But he's right. Well, let's just enjoy family for a while. Let's, enjoy what we have, and then let's move on. But as far as expanding to other states, I want to see that with our children. I want to see our children grow and let them have a franchise, let them build it up in the state or wherever they're at. I'm comfortable with being here and just growing our brand here and building, because I mean, our motto is, it takes a village to raise these children. And so our communities here have a lot of healing, have a lot of things that are needed. And we're just now breaking into different communities, or they're starting to, be aware of us. So that's where my focus is. How can we bring this to other areas around here and keep that whole village and that community going?
Yeah.
And that's the part that you can't move fast if you want that, if you want to have that, if that's your goal.
Yeah. And we also both have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So, it's a piece. Of course, like I said, this part is just us because we like to help people. We like to see people happy. So
we want somewhere to go.
Yeah, we want, so we want to put something in our community. And we pretty much, so we attached to Release. So it's, it's a couple of different, it's a mentoring program. It's a JCC, they come here every summer. Like, so if we got a homeschooling program, they come Thursdays, 2 to 4. So we try to do a few things where we can put back into the community. And like I said, just have a space where they can come in, communicate, socialize, stuff like that. So that's what we're here for.
Anonymous, they wanted to use us also because we're alcohol free as a place too. So we're here for that.
So what do y'all do in addition to this? You mentioned, full-time?
Yeah. So I actually, my full-time job, I work at OPPD. So I'm a utility forester for OPPD. So we maintain all the trees and power lines all the way pretty much from the south to the north side. And we also own a tree company. So it's Family Tree and Lawn Service. We've been, 15 years. So we trim trees, we actually cut grass, bushes, and everything else. So that's what we do also.
And then I'm a contractor for business development for some brokerages over Northeast. And so, yeah.
So we stay pretty busy. So that's another part, like she said, our bandwidth. We feel like we can put everything into here. We feel like we can put our heart to it. We hear a lot. We get to talk to the moms and the dads and build a family and community. Us putting another one, like I said, we just got to get to that point to where we don't feel too stressed because we don't want to lose nothing. We don't want to lose that feel, that personal feel where they can kind of relate.
Because where did Chuck E. Cheese, how did they start out? Or those different, and then they get so big to where it's like no one wants to go, and you just lose that whole purpose, the whole feeling, and it just becomes about money. We're not here for that. Making money is part of it because you have to keep everything going, but we're here because the kids need us. They need a community.
A bit of a bonus question for you then. You got any stories to tell about being a black-owned and woman-owned business in Omaha?
Oh yeah, positive or negative? No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever you got,
I'm thinking about the lady who wanted to know where we lived, who came in here and thought we lived in apartments and all this. Yeah.
Definitely some of that. For me though, so to be honest, it was great. We was accepted.
Very much so. Very much so.
Supported. Yeah. And sometimes, being black, you hear, because sometimes you try to tell people, hey, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to build, kind of some ideas, and they like, out there? You going to put something out there? You sure people going? So you kind of get that in your mind. But me, I already kind of, was dealing with people as far as, no matter what, all cultures, because I deal with trees. And they, if you do what you're supposed to do, you come on time, you get great customer service, they pay you, and they give you to their family. They refer you here. So I already had that experience anyway, so that's how I went into it. And to be honest, nothing but support.
Yeah, we did the marketing thing. We had people who reached out, wanted us to pay them starting out a lot of money to do marketing, and I'm like, we don't even know what we are yet. We're not defined. We don't want to define ourselves. We want to see what does the community need, and we'll evolve into that. And so the community has been, defining us as what we are, and then the word of mouth. And so we have been very well accepted, not by who we thought. Again, we came in here thinking we're serving this population or thinking that we're going to get support from certain populations and stuff like that. And it's a whole new community that we're being embraced by, and we appreciate it. And also it makes us want to give back to all other businesses and support other businesses, regardless if we're supported or not, because of the support the community has given us. So it catches fire. But at the very beginning, we did have some people who were questionable, and I'm the fire in this relationship, so I'm like, and my husband's the one like, no, calm down, it's normal, but still, there was some things that were like that, but overall, we've been in awe of
how the acceptance has been.
And how it get the mamas on your side. If you get the mamas on your side, you're in. Yeah. I mean, we had one mama just post something, and the next thing you know,
a lot of big
like,
posts.
That
okay.
media,
yeah. If they know that we're here for their kids and that we love their kids, they're gonna love us, and they're gonna make sure that we don't drown. You know what I mean?
I think that's one big boom of Black-owned businesses is very community focused, and I
Yeah.
can see that. I can see that in what you said, and what I'm seeing here, it's like, it's a real, hey, we want to bring people together kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that in what you've got here. I come in here, before I came in here, I thought, oh, I was thinking it would be like, one of those bigger arcades like I was talking about, where it's kind of just like, you feel lost. Or you come in and you're like, wow, there's so much here. It's like, you think that it's like, oh, just something that you're going to pop in, you do a birthday here or whatever. But, it really feels like, like it's a space that you can come in, hang out, with your folks, bring your kids here. I definitely feel that community aspect that you were trying to bring into this place. And, I wish you the best. I wish you the best.
And if there's little kids who don't have anyone to play with, we send our kids. Go play with them.
They play with
Don't let them be there by themselves,
They play with them in air hockey. They
Yeah.
do it all the time. So yeah, but no, we definitely appreciate you
seeing
looking
that.
at it
Thank
and
you.
seeing it, because that's definitely
you.
was our mission.
And you guys have free tickets to come play and do extreme gaming too.
Yes.
So just let you know that.
Whenever you guys want to, definitely,
Yes.
man, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I find myself back in town, I'll definitely recommend it. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. And this was, we were limiting. I'm glad to see, a place like this, where I grew up, because, before I left, there was nothing like this here. And, it's really cool. It's cool to see more things in Nebraska to, tell people. It's like, hey, I'm going down to Nebraska. It's like, what's there to see? What's there to do? It's like, I definitely hope that this place can become, the number one thing that, people say, hey, you should go here, you should take it. So,
Yeah.
Appreciate
Well, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
So thank you. Nice meeting you.
yeah, nice meeting you. Nice
Yeah.
meeting you as well.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
And nice meeting you as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you guys
Never
so
to hug,
much. Yes, we appreciate it. And I would like to, I know he's
All right,
doing
did you get
this
the-
for his,
Don't worry, I'll edit that out.